Hi Devon, hi lovely Grow readers, it's Dave from WPA Healthcare here again. You may be forgiven for thinking I'm into my health and stuff after the two videos, but I think like a lot of people, doing fitness stuff isn't actually great at the time you do it. I'm not obsessed with it, but I am obsessed with feeling great. And today I'm really pleased to tell you that there is something a lot more important than exercise in your life. And yes, you've guessed it, it's eating. And as I've written on the board here, you cannot out-exercise a bad diet. So I would highly recommend that you get eating and get eating well before you even do your first run. So I've got about 3 minutes to explain something that you could do right now that would improve your diet immeasurably. Now, please ignore all the newspapers, all the media, and all this stuff that's telling you to go on this diet, that diet, the other diet. I promise you, to the value of all that I've earned in the last few years, that sort of value, that diets never work. And the reason they never work is because they insinuate or they are a temporary state of being. So when I use the word diet, I use it advisedly to say you need to make a permanent change to your eating. And all you need to know is food, despite what the papers say and what you've learned, only have three main constituents. Yes, they have thousands of vitamins, minerals, etc. I know that. But they only have three main ingredients. And basically every food in the world is one of these or part of one of these. I think protein you may instinctively know is meat, fish, eggs, and for vegetarians things like pulses and other protein mixes. Fats probably you instinctively know again. They are everything from trans fats, all that yucky fat that's in margarines and stuff, all the way through to the good stuff like avocados and olive oil. And then every other food stuff in the world apart from that is a carbohydrate. You probably got it in your head that a carbohydrate is one of those beige foods like bread, rice, potatoes, pasta, and you'd be right, they are, but so is spinach and so is sugar. And really, what is upsetting most diets in the Western world is that we're having way too much of this, but especially the starchy ones, the beige ones I've just talked about. And we know this from quite a lot of research, that the average Westerner has about 60% carbs, 15 to 20% or more of fat, and the balance normally around about 20%. Obviously everybody's going to be slightly different. I haven't got time to go through it now, but depending on whether you're an athlete, you're an average Joe, or you're a lounge lizard, these are going to vary slightly. But for the sake of this conversation, you need to be aiming for 40% protein, stay with about 15 to 20% of fat, and really this wants to be below 40%. How do you know when you get there? Very simple. There's some great tech now, there's lots of apps. Most people's favourite is called MyFitnessPal. And I strongly recommend you download it, it's free. Don't pay for the premium version. And don't even change your diet, just go straight in, start putting your food in. There's even a barcode reader for supermarket food. Just put it in for a couple of weeks. And in one of the sections of MyFitnessPal, you can you'll be able to see what distribution you've got of this, and I will guarantee you'll be 60% or more. And from there, when you've actually seen that, you can start to adjust. So rather than having things like porridge and yogurt, muesli and fruit for breakfast, which so many of us, in my view, mistakenly have, they're essentially sugars, you can start to convert things for breakfast like scrambled egg, bacon, salmon, etc. And I think you will find a fairly dramatic change fairly quickly if you stick to these rules. Once you've got to this point, then you can fine-tune according to your lifestyles. I hope that helps. No doubt I'll speak to you again next week. Stay safe, Stay strong. Take care.